So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, a little bit later than usual, but we are back. And Rance, what you saying, bro?
I'm cool, bro. What are you telling me, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Still got a bit of a cold, but other than that, I'm all right. It's hammering down today as well. Every time I do washing and leave it out overnight, man, like I wake up the next day and it's soaked still, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thunder
no,
and
I hear
lightning
you.
and everything, man. They do storms different over it. It's crazy. But yeah, man, there is only one place to start. Probably the only topic we'll probably talk about, if we're honest, and that's Manchester City. I've seen a lot of people laughing and taking the mick and all of this. And whilst it is funny and it is cool and all that, bro, I personally don't think that much is going to happen. Although the FFP rules, me personally, the FFP rules, I think they should be abolished anyway. Yeah, because I think that an owner, if it's their money, should be allowed to spend as much as they want, especially when the Premier League allow owners like your owner to take £2 billion out of the football club. Yeah, but what do you think, mate? What do you make of it all, and where do you think this is going to end up?
But this is exactly it. Like, it's one of them ones where, with the whole FFP situation, I do understand them man saying that basically you have to spend within your means, but it's very hard to not spend within your means. If you've got loads of money, don't matter, bro. Like, man should be able to do what they want to do with their money. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if you want to run your football club like a business, great. I think you should. But if you've got money and you don't need to, then you don't need to. If you don't need to worry about losses and that, then you don't need to worry about losses. If you just got bare money, let man spend money in it. This is the thing, like, because I don't think anyone believed that Manchester City Football Club here was making more than Man United. Like, they can't even fill their stadium. Like, nobody believed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we knew it. Like, so this is, bro, we're not surprised by any of this. Do you know what I'm saying? But then it's like they're relaxing FFP rules and then it's not relaxed. Then it's relaxed, then it's not relaxed. It's like, bro, they're just changing things all the time, bro. It's like either everyone can spend or no one can spend. But I don't like when they say, oh, yeah, cool, it's relaxed for this amount of time and this, that. And bro, it's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? The whole thing's bullshit, bro. Like, and I feel like FFP don't really exist. I feel like it's just an illusion, innit? It's like they put it up there to make people think that they'll actually do something, but they're not gonna do shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna do shit. Like, City are gonna get dot points probably in like 4 years' time when they eventually get to the fucking verdict. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, if anyone thinks anything's gonna happen this season, you don't understand law, bro. They're gonna bury this shit, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna take ages. And then what they'll do is they're allowed to appeal it with the FA. They can't go to the Court of Arbitration of Sport, but they can appeal it with the FA. So that'll be another year until it's then on appeal. Then they'll appeal it again. And like you said, in about 4 years' time, they'll get docked 50 points and they'll still stay up because they'll get 90 points that season. Like,
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. And the funny thing about it is that, you know, like there is this FFP myth that, oh, yeah, it helps smaller clubs. No, it don't. If anything, it hinders smaller clubs. I just had a big debate with Terry about this because you're only allowed to spend 75% of your income, apparently. So if you're Brighton, then your income's 20 million a year, let's say, and Man United's income 600 million a year. 75% of 600 is a lot more than 75% of 20. So how does that help little clubs? It don't. And 18 of the 20 league clubs have billionaire owners. And if anything, for me, it should be the owners that are just sitting there using it as a cash cow that should be put in the mud, not the ones that actively want to try and achieve the aim of elite sport by putting money in. Makes no sense to me, bro. Like, if you want to put money in, you've got 20 billion quid assets or wealth, and you want to put 10 billion of that into your football club to make it the best ever, like for the next 20 years, why can't you do that? But then you can get the Glazers come in, all the due diligence done on the Glazers before they bought Man United, and then they've stripped 2 billion quid of Man United's money out of their football club. Yeah, and that's okay. That's cool. The only reason FFP came in was to protect the founder members of the Premier League. That's it. Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, teams like that. That was the only reason it was brought in. Why do you think it took them so long to get to a decision to let Newcastle's owners take over? Yeah, because they knew that was going to break up the monopoly of them top teams. Yeah, which is why they're trying to do Man City now, because they've broken up the monopoly of Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool. Yeah, the top founder member teams that were the best teams when the league started.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the only reason they've done it, bro. It's the only reason. And the thing is, some of the charges are hilarious. Like the medical room dimensions were too small.
Oh, but this is what they do, innit? Like, they put in all these bullshit stipulations, and all they do it is to either They do it to keep the small fish out and
Mm.
keep it elitist. Do you know what I mean? Or that's what they always want to do. It's just it's always an elite thing. Do you know what I mean? So the guys with the money can kind of find a way around these things, and the guys without money are fucked. This is exactly what they do, innit? And then all it is with Man City is probably like they're getting upset because Man City are getting a bit too powerful, and they'll do the same thing with Chelsea, and they'll do the same with anyone else, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Newcastle will be next in 10 years' time
Yeah,
when they've won
bro.
loads
As
of trophies.
soon as you are above their control, that's when they kind of need to put you back in your place, innit? You know what I mean? And that's what it is with Man City. They spent a bit too much money. They're being a bit too much being a bit too flamboyant now, and now we just need to kind of regulate them a little bit. That's just all it is. Do you know what I mean? And like you said, they don't challenge the American owners. Do you know what I mean? But again, it's
They were
Man City.
notoriously the worst ones in the Premier League.
But that's what I mean. Look at the Man City thing, bro. Look at the Man City thing. Yeah, they're doing it to Man City, but are they gonna have the same energy for Chelsea? Don't know. Doubt it.
And let's not pretend here that all of these football clubs are doing something they probably shouldn't be doing. Like they've all fiddled books here, there, and like to pay less tax or offset some money so they don't have to be paid for an extra couple of years. Yeah, and it's not. I wouldn't say that's dodgy. I'd just say that's clever accounting.
Yeah,
like it's just clever accounting. Look at all the biggest companies on the planet, bro. Yeah, and where they're registered. Like and where they
fucking Cayman Islands and fucking
exactly PO boxes in Cayman Islands, bro. I watched a documentary once, and I think it wasn't Donald McIntyre investigates, it was somebody else investigates. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, and he flew to the Cayman Islands and he was asking where like Coca-Cola was and all of this. And they were like, "What are you talking about, mate? Like, yeah, where's Nike? Where's this? Where's that?" Yeah, and then he ended up going to an office block.
It's a little hut, blood. You know the ones there? Some little hut,
just a security guard outside, just one security guard, no workers in there, and it was just an office block full of letterboxes. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That is Nike. That is
just
this
a letterbox.
That is this company. And it's mad. Yeah, Panama's another one. Belize is another one. Nike have their money go into an account in Europe, I think, and then they don't. That company for Nike don't own the copyright, so they have to pay all of that money to the one in Belize, and in Belize it's 1% tax.
Yeah,
mad.
And that's
clever
they all
accounting,
do this thing, bro. And even with Google, I think they got something in Ireland or something like that, so they don't need to pay the UK tax.
By the way. I know I'm
so they don't need to pay UK. So they don't need to pay UK tax
because I'm on their platform, right? But they take American tax off of me and then have the audacity to pay me from the UK.
Me too. Me too. Man, I got to pay tax in America, on this platform, and on Twitch as well, blood. And I don't live there. It's mad. Like that. Yeah, bruv. They added that in like 2 years ago now?
2 years ago,
during lockdown. So man have to pay fucking tax in America.
Yeah, bro, they're robbing
it's an American platform.
A month off of me every month. It's mad.
Yeah. The man are doing that, bruv. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
It's clever, man. And if you can get round stuff, you get round stuff. And that's what they've done. Yeah. I think this is a classic case with Man City of they've got too big for their boots. The Premier League and FA don't like it. Yeah, it's not Man United doing it. Yeah, and they've overtaken Man United, their babies, Arsenal, another baby club. Like it's their little Premier League babies. Yeah, but the way I look at it is if an owner invests money into the Premier League, it's
not a bad thing because they're buying players, especially if they're buying players from the Prem. City spent 100 million in the Premier League and gave it to Aston Villa.
Exactly. And that's then helping Villa. Where I get the ump of this, right?
They gave Leicester 60 mil for Mahrez. Do you know what I mean? So they're putting the money back into the country.
Yeah, facts. And the funny thing is as well, if you look at Brighton, like Brighton's owner is a billionaire. I don't know how much he's worth, but he's a billionaire, right? I think he's actually a professional gambler. I think that's how he made most of his money, which is mad, right? But he bought Brighton, the Brighton owner.
What's his name?
I don't know. The chatter knows something Bloom. I think he's actually a professional gambler.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mad. It's actually crazy. But if you look at that football club, he bought that football club when they were down in League 2 or whatever. Yeah, Tony Bloom. I'm going to Google him, right? And he bought that club, and he was a billionaire then. He's got them all the way out to the Premier League, right? And now what he does is he's kind of comfortable. They haven't won a trophy in 121 years. Kind of comfortable just sitting there, taking all the profit, selling players off 10 times more than he's buying them for, and just making profit without actually trying to aim to win a trophy. Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
that should be a problem for the Premier League because that
Yeah.
guy's just coming in and taking profits out of it.
It's
The
just a
Glazers
business,
should
isn't
be
it?
a problem.
It's running it like a business, yeah. Instead of trying to put back, because they're making money on players, but they're not spending this money in the country to then, to compete or even to get better, bro. They're going and buying players for 2 million overseas and then shotting them, bro. You know what I mean? Them man are flipping players in the Premier League, bro. Like that's all they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying, man? Like, listen, this guy, bro, them man, it's legalized drug dealing. What man are doing, really? You know, like that. That's what man are doing. That's what they're really doing, bro. They're buying something cheap and then fucking marking it up 100 times and selling it. That's what man's doing, yeah, in the Prem.
Yep.
You know, like that. And that's not a problem.
Mm.
That's not a problem. Do you know what I mean? But Man City are coming in and spending money in England, bruv, on players. And they've done it for a long time. When they were buying all your players, that was all going into another English club's pocket, bro. They bought Clichy,
Exactly.
Nasri, Adebayor, Baggerman from you lot. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
That's what they did. Do you know
Right,
what I mean? Liverpool, Southampton, and bought all their players. You know, like that. At least the money staying in the Premier League.
Exactly. And they're actively trying to get better, them teams that are Man United, Arsenal's trying to get better, albeit your owners are a joke, the same as ours. But at least the money's staying in the Premier League, right? I've just looked at this guy, right? He's worth 1.3 billion, right? He made his money, where is it? He made his money primarily through proprietary or value betting on sport events. That's mad.
He's literally a gambler.
He's literally made his money off of value betting on sports events.
Fuck.
That's mad, bro. A billionaire out of gambling. That's insane. But that's what I'm saying.
He's a poker player, bruv, and he owns a football club. No wonder why he ain't trying to win shit, bro.
He's happy. He's comfortable.
He's probably laundering his cash, bro, through the football club.
Bro, he's comfy. But now imagine he's worth 1.3 billion, yeah? I'm going to see how much Brighton's turnover is. Yeah, Brighton's revenue. Brighton revenue for a year, yeah?
Yeah.
Brighton Football Club. Smash the like button up, people. Rance's linked in the title. Brighton FC revenue. Here we go.
Man saying there that Brighton is sick, so he thinks he's trying to build a competitive team. He ain't trying to build a competitive team. There's no.
And this is what the dream. This is what they sell.
They're over retrieving, bro, at the moment. Do you know what I mean? But people that want to build a competitive team long term spend money, bro. That's what they do, bro. That's the reason why Newcastle has spent what they've spent and they're going to continue to spend. No one says, oh, yeah, we're trying to compete without spending money, bro. The proof is in the pudding, bruv. Do you know what I mean? They're not spending money, which means they're not trying to win nothing. If they end up winning something, then it just means that they've overachieved. Just like Leicester overachieved. Leicester had they had no intentions of winning the Premier League. That was not what they tried to do. They overachieved. They done it once, then they nearly got relegated the next season, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you do not try and win the Premier League by not spending money. That doesn't make sense.
Right, Brighton's income for 2020 to 2021 was 151.6 million, right? 151.6 million. That was 2020, 2021, right? He is worth nearly 10 times more than that himself. If he wanted to throw in, I don't know, fucking 300 million quid, it'd get done and sanctioned for that. Because you're only allowed to put in 100 million per year for 3 years. Yeah, so he could put 300 million in, but he could only do that for 3 years.
Over 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, which is mad. Bro, 100 million gets you one player these days. 2 if you're lucky. Like, and this is why when Sheikh Mansour and that lot are throwing money in there, good luck to him, mate. Yeah, good luck to him. I'd love my club to do that. Yeah, and people are saying, oh yeah, but it's cheating. Yeah, the rules stink. Yeah, the rules are only there to protect the other clubs like Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool's that don't want to spend, that then lower the standards of the fan bases of them clubs. Look at Liverpool's owners. They're crap. ENIC at Tottenham are crap. Yours are crap. Ours are crap. Yeah. 4 of the biggest clubs in the country's owners are useless, just sitting on there trying to take profits and taking money and dividends out the football club. And that's seen as great. But then somebody who actively wants to achieve the aim of elite sport is seen as disgusting. It's not fair. Yeah. It's money laundering. It's, what do they call it? Sports washing and
and this is us. This is not us defending Man City. This is us saying that the rules are bullshit in the first place, bro.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're bullshit in the first place, bro. Listen, if someone said, all right, cool, we're going to turn around, take City's trophies away, give Man United 3 Premier League titles that they would have won, etc. I'll be like, all right, cool. But then at the same time, is it going to make me feel that much better? Not really, because the time's passed now, so I don't
No,
care.
and you're never going to forget Aguero's goal in the last minute, are you? You've already lived through it. You've been there, done it, seen it.
That's it.
Like, not going to change the emotion. Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of Man United fans saying, yeah, if we should get their trophies, we should get 3 more Premier League titles. Mate, you should be more worried about your owners nicking 2 billion out of the football club. Because if they'd invested that 2 billion, you would have been run better at ball level, which meant you would have been more successful on the pitch, which means Man City wouldn't have dominated anything. Like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. Like, football fans in general, man, they just make me laugh. It's, oh yeah, last week it was Chelsea, this week it's Man City. Who's it going to be next week? Like, they should worry about getting their own club's house in order rather than worrying about Man City. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't think anything's going to happen to them. Like,
Yeah.
by the letter of the law, if they are found to be guilty of some of these things, then they should be relegated. Yeah, but the law shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah, facts.
It's mad. It's actually crazy. And it sends out the wrong signal as well to me, because if you, like, your club's up for sale apparently, and so is Liverpool.
Yeah.
So now all it does is entice another person to come into that club and do what the Glazers have done. It don't entice a Sheikh Mansour-esque figure into the football club, does it?
No.
Yeah, just get somebody to come in, sit and take dividends at the football club and strip all the assets back while letting the pitch end up with rats all over it, the leaky roof. Yeah, your stadium's falling down, your training facilities stink. Yeah, and then you look over the other side of Manchester, look at what they've done for that community and for the area.
Yeah, they built
Like,
they built like some little arena thing there or something like that. I drove past it not too long ago. They've got like a little arena where they can have concerts and shit. Like,
outside the ground.
They built like a village or something
with a massive screen. I remember we went there to play them, and there was a game on before. We were the second kickoff on the Super Sunday, and you could sit outside under the covers and all of that with a massive big screen on, watching the game. People up on stage, like orchestrating it. It was sick, mate. They've done loads for that area, rejuvenated a lot of the area for small businesses as well. And that's seen as a problem in the Premier League. Wow. Okay. Mad. Big up to Ashley with a donation, man. Big up, guys. City are being charged for not complying. So where's the evidence come from? If the Premier League are wrong, they will be sued by everyone connected. That's a good point, actually, because they've been holding back, apparently, allegedly, holding back some paperwork and accounts and stuff like that. So where has this come from?
Yeah. No idea, because they said that it's more the lack of evidence, the lack of evidence to suggest that there's been no wrongdoing as opposed to there being proof of wrongdoing. That's what they're saying. So if City can prove that they haven't broken any rules, then they won't necessarily be punished, is basically what they're saying.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the thing is, they're holding back as much information as they can until they have to literally throw it on the table. Which,
well, of course, because legally they're probably trying, bruv. Like, if you don't think that these guys sat down with lawyers and looked for every loophole in the book before they decided to do this, then do you know what I mean? Like, come on, bruv.
No, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, these people are not amassed that much level of wealth, by being dumb. Like, let's be real. Yeah. Show me a billionaire that's thick as 2 short planks. There ain't one, because they just, and if there is, they pay a lot of money for the best of the best when it comes to lawyers and people to find loopholes and stuff. And they make sure it's watertight 99% out of 100 normally, 99 times out of 100. Yeah, and I don't see. Todd Bowley's found a loophole in the FFP by putting players on 8-year contracts. So now they're going to shut that loophole down and put it down to 5 years. Yeah, but he made a mockery of that. Yeah, and he's been here 6 months. Yeah, so.
But there you go. He came in. He must have done his research on this thing before he came in and said, all right, cool. This is how I'm going to get around spending all this money. And then went boom, boom, boom. Let's spread this out over 8 years.
Football.
And he knows nothing, but he knows shit about money and he knows shit about business. That's how he's got that much money in the first place. Do you know what I mean? So if he's managed to find a loophole in this FFP thing that's been around for all these years, what makes you think that City haven't found one?
Exactly. Bro, like I say, it's just easy to, it's because it's a big revelation that's come out. But at the same time, bro, when they're sticking 100 different offenses on there, it makes it sound more dramatic than it probably is. Yeah, because it's like, Terry gave a good example a minute ago. He said, when you go to court, like the solicitor that's fighting against you, will be stand there and they'll be trying to smear your name as much as you can, saying, look, they're a really bad person because back in 2009 they did this, then in 2010 they did this. Yeah, well, what's that got to do with 2023? No, I'm just building up the character of this person to show him in a bad light. That is what they're trying to do, in my opinion. They're just trying to throw as many stupid things into there in the hope that a couple of them stick because they haven't got anything super watertight themselves.
Facts. Couldn't have put it better.
Big up to Swanix as well, man. Morally, you're right, but in elite competition, there has to be rules, and Man City owners agreed to follow the rules. Similar situation in F1 and with Red Bull. I agree, but at the same time, I think the rules are pathetic. I can't lie. Like, why are you not allowed to invest? If you've got 20 billion and you want to invest that, why can't you? Like, and the funniest thing about it is the FA should be sitting there having a dig at Arsenal and Man United's owners, because let's be real, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool as well, and Tottenham, them four, right? They are the big six, the original big six from when the Premier League was first founded. Everton was part of that as well, by the way. Yeah, but obviously they fell off a cliff in the last 30 years. But they are the reason that the Premier League gets so much investment in the first place. It's not because of Manchester City. It's because of Manchester United. It's because of Arsenal. It's because of Liverpool. Yeah, and Tottenham to a lesser degree, but it's still because of that.
Yeah.
Man City do have a say, of course, but the main reason the Premier League was so watched in the first place and got so much investment wasn't because of Manchester City. It was because of Arsenal and Man United, and that is still the case. Yeah, and Liverpool, right? And if you imagine, if they totally got rid of FFP and Brighton, Brentford, Fulham decided, right, we're going to spend as much as we want, do you think that would help the Premier League getting investments? I don't think it would. I think that it'd be less income, because now the bigger teams all sat down in 6th, 7th, and 8th, which is why they don't want it, bro. Yeah, that is why they want a closed shop with FFP, so the elitist teams can stay
where they are, and that's why they wanted to do the Super League thing where they do it on coefficient instead of where you qualifying on league position, because they're understanding that the league's getting a bit more competitive, and teams like AC Milan, who used to be at the top, are now getting smoked. You know what I'm saying, by other teams, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it protects the old guard if they do it that way. Do you know what I mean? Like this is how you need to look at it. Now they're saying, before it was called the Champions League, and now they're like, you don't have to be a champion, bro. We'll give you 4 spots. You know, like that. Bro, this is what I mean. It's not really the Champions League, because how many champions are in the fucking league?
Yeah, exactly. It's mad. And it dilutes it to keep their big elite teams in it, like the Milans. Like you said, Milan, Arsenal, when we were doing it for 20 years. Never won it. Yeah,
finishing
but we're getting
fourth,
it by sneaking, you know what I mean? And then getting in there, bro.
Lovely.
Yeah, Arsenal are in there. Sweet. Happy days. We've got them back in there. Man United are in there. Cheers. Liverpool in there. Like, it's crazy, bro. And people don't see this. Yeah, and this is why they tried to stop that Super League. The Super League will come at some point, because there is so many owners of these football clubs now that have got so much money. Yeah, and at some point, they are going to break away. Yeah, because the Premier League and the FA, they want to regulate all of this, and that's cool. And there does have to be some rules somewhere. But at the same time, if a team wants to invest money, how is that a bad thing, mate? It's only a bad thing if it goes against the whole league, which you've set up and you own. You own the Premier League, and it's going against, and it's ruining your Premier League to make you as a business money. Yeah, that's why they will stop. If somebody if Sheikh Mansour went into and left Man City, hadn't even brought Man City and went to Brighton, this would have happened to Brighton. Exactly the same. Yeah, doesn't matter what team it was, but because it's broken into them other clubs, the founder members, that is exactly why they've done this, because it damages the Premier League brand by having a team come out of nowhere and start making a mockery of the league by winning it every year. Bruv, it's true, bro. I see today.
That's a great way of looking at it.
It's true, bro. Why do you think you're only allowed to spend 75% of your income? Brighton, Brighton.
because they know the smaller teams, it keeps you where you are. Like it keeps you. But this is exactly, bruv. Lee, this is too much facts for these guys. It's like, too much.
It's the other channels I go on, bro.
I know, bro. Like, man should be charging for this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is, bro. Because people don't want to understand. This is just what it is, bro. This is how you keep the elite in the elite. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We tell these new money brothers, nah, you're not allowed in here. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Bro,
They do it in
Aston,
every single walk of life, Lee, bro. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Them man are doing it in my futsal league at the moment. We got fucking Loughborough University in my league, and we got Bloomsbury in my league. Do you know what I mean? Two upper middle class and fucking institution FA on their nuts to keep everyone out. We're gonna raise the fees. You need disqualification, you need this, you need UEFA B badges to coach and that. It's all an elite thing. Do you know what I'm saying? To keep all the people that want to fucking move up the table, it was to keep them out. Do you know what I mean? And every time they keep moving the goalposts.
yeah,
That's all they'll keep doing. Do you know what I mean? You know that City don't have the heritage to compete with Man United. They don't have the heritage to compete with Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't have it. So as soon as City come in with their new money, hold that. Do you know what I mean? That's what it
it's
is.
true. Yeah, it is. Bro,
Hold
I'm
that.
looking at the Premier League team's owners right now. Yeah, Arsenal have got the third wealthiest owner in the Premier League, Stan Kroenke. Yeah, Aston Villa's owner is worth 1 billion less. So if Aston Villa, if their owner just decided, right, we're just going to do this City one, a Sheikh Mansour one, this would be Aston Villa in 5-10 years time. It'd be exactly the same because it's Aston Villa. Yeah, Brentford's owner, this is mad. Brentford's owner is worth 30 million. That is actually insane. 30 million.
30 million ain't shit, bruv. You can't, bruv. How can you afford to own a football club and you're worth 30 million? That's a mad thing.
Oh, yeah, and do you know how he made his money as well? Gambling companies. This is insane.
30 million.
That's
30 million to own a football club is crazy.
That's mad. Yeah, it's 30 million. Is there any? I think every single one is a billionaire apart from him. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's every single one is a billionaire.
You own a Premier League. How can you own a Premier League football team and you're not a billionaire?
Bro, Wolves owners, combined, the three of them, have got more money than the Glazer family.
There you go.
It's crazy, isn't it? Southampton's owner's a billionaire, 1.3 billion. Yeah,
but they can't spend that money anyway because their clubs don't generate enough revenue. So even though they've got that money, it means nothing. So it keeps them where they are.
Is worth 4 billion. Yeah, 4 billion. But this is the thing: Brighton's owner, is worth 1.3 billion, but their income is 180 million a year. So they can only spend 75% of that. How are they ever going to break into that top hold of the Premier League?
They're not.
And it'll take them decades if they do. Yeah, and it literally means that all the other clubs have got to fall away over the next 20 years and they've got to keep getting better. Yeah, it's a closed shop, bro. It is a closed shop. Yeah, and
Facts.
It shouldn't be because at the end of the day, everyone should be allowed to spend money. Literally everybody
if they
should be
can
allowed to
literally afford it, they should be able to spend money. And that's why Roman come in before FFP and was mashing work.
And do you know what? And obviously he had to leave for whatever reasons, yeah. But do you know what he did? He said to Todd Bowley, yeah, cool, you can buy the football club from me, yeah, but you have to commit to £750 million spend. Yeah, and you can't take any money out for 10 years. Yeah, that is the kind of owner you want in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead, we've got owners taking money out left, right, and centre, and that's seen as great. And there's no restrictions on them. How can an owner come in from America or anywhere else in the world, own Manchester United, and over the next 15 years strip 2 billion quid out of that football club and nothing said, and take them from being the best team in the league, for 2 decades, and now look at them. Yeah, it's took you 10 years to get all the way back up into actually feeling good about your football club. Yeah, because for 10 years it's been a bit of a joke. Yeah, I know you've won trophies, but bro, it's mad. Yeah, and the thing is, if Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham all had owners like Sheikh Mansour, that would make the league even bigger and more powerful and better, which would make the Premier League more money. So it makes no sense why the FA and the Premier League don't get onto these clubs for not spending money. It's crazy. Makes no sense to me. Big up Oregon Goon, man. It says in America, it's called salary cap. As a club or a team, you aren't allowed to overspend over a certain amount. I think the cap changes once in a while. Somebody said to me earlier, I don't really watch baseball, but I think it was baseball. You can spend pretty much what you want in baseball, which is where Bowley come from, isn't it? He owns a baseball team.
Yeah, but that's how but that's why he's done these long contracts. So they do that in baseball. I'm sure they do that in basketball as well. Do you know what I mean? They'll get a $200 million contract. Do you know what I mean? It'll be 200 million guaranteed or something. Do you know what I mean? So you might get a guaranteed contract of $200 million for however many fucking years. Do you know what I mean? And then people get traded all over the place and it goes up and down, but you get guaranteed contracts and they're long-term contracts a lot of the time. And Boney's just come in and done the same thing. He's just done some long ass unorthodox contract. In football, you don't really see contracts really over 4 years. Do you know what I mean? You don't really
Every
do you
now
know
and
what I
again,
mean?
like Declan Rice, 8 years, but that's just one every now and again. This guy's coming and put everyone on him.
But even the Declan Rice thing, if someone signs an 8-year deal, I'm raising my eyebrow straight away.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
facts.
saying?
Especially when you're at a club that's not trying to win anything.
Yeah, it's like
Big
it's
up to Ashley
nonsense.
with a donation as well. A top 4 accounting firm worldwide that has audited for City. Why would they risk being liquidated to help Man City back in 2009? That's a good point. That is a good point. Premier League declared war on many. Bro, the thing is, if this all goes sideways for the Premier League and for the FA, then this is going to end up having serious ramifications because Man City have got endless pots of money, mate. And if they're going to be put through the gutter to be found not guilty, I can see a lawsuit coming on after that.
Yeah, bruv, I'd sue them as well for the inconvenience because all the money that I've spent on legal fees, you're gonna have to pay me that back now and some. Do you know what I mean? Because then I'm suing you for fucking defamation of character. I'm suing you for everything in the book, blood. How dare you? You know, like that. And this is crazy, what it is.
Bro. It's mad as well. Like, I see, like there's teams like Dortmund, they're just like feeder clubs. Them clubs are a problem, bro. Bayern Munich literally win the league every year because nobody else in the league bothers.
Because they know that they don't even try and win it because they're like, all right, cool, it's Bayern's. So let's
but
play
the thing is, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund and Ajax and Benfica and teams like that are lauded up as, oh yeah, they're fantastic. Same as Brighton. Oh, fantastic player. Oh, look at the way they're getting these players cheap and selling them for a profit. Okay, cool. Do they ever try and win anything? No. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe Ajax and Benfica are slightly different, but the same principle. They're just sitting there happy to take profits. I see a quote the other day that was doing the rounds on TikTok, and it was Mark Overmars said to somebody at Ajax, "Yeah, we've got this lad called Kudos. Yeah, he's coming through. Yeah, and he's going to be the best player Ajax have had, and we're going to get 100 million quid for him." That was like years ago. This quote, this 2 years ago or so. Yeah, and the mentality was, yeah, we're going to get 100 million for him. Not he's going to help us win a title. He's going to help us win champions.
Yeah, of course. Because them man there, bro. Them man are cattle, fam. Them man already know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's just like we're bringing players free so we can make money. Like I saw a list. Did you see the Shakhtar thing with all the Brazilians? How much money they made off them? Of Fernandinho, Fred,
Willian,
Costa, Willian, Mudryk. Just them man and Mudryk, bro, or something like that, bro. Like the amount of money, the way they flip those players, madness. There's like 5 players, and they flipped those, and they made like, I feel like they made more than 100 times what they bought them for. Lord have mercy, bro.
It's crazy. This is a good comment as well from Bruce. Yeah, Bruce Wayne. That's a cool name, mate. It says. But then how do you decide who gets good owners and spend? League becomes a lottery. There's so many billionaires willing to spend because this is what you do. If you're the Premier League who own the Premier League, and the football clubs within that Premier League are playing under your business, then you do the work on it. You do the background checks on them as the Premier League. You're letting them into your business. Yeah, even though they're going into a Manchester United or a Liverpool, etc., you're allowing them to come into the league. So if you're going to allow them to come into the league, look at the Portsmouth owners back in the day. Bro, they'd let a guy into the league that had no money and then made him bankrupt. Yeah, so that, and they've never recovered.
You do your due diligence on these people, and then you say, you know what, blanket, all clubs can spend 300 million. All of you, maximum 300. So you tell everyone that everyone can spend the same amount of money. If you're worried about someone coming in and doing a mad thing, do you know what I'm saying? Or you say you can all spend 400 million a window. That's what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? And that way, everyone's spending the same amount of money. That's it. And then it comes down to how good your scouting network is. Do you know what I'm saying? But either way, you can't say to guys, oh, you can only spend a percentage of what your club turnover, because that puts a ceiling on all the smaller clubs with smaller fan bases. Do you know what I'm saying? So in order to eradicate that, if I am a Japanese fucking billionaire and I come in and I want to buy Fulham, I shouldn't be restricted by Fulham's fan base for how much money I can spend. I should be able to spend the same amount as Man United if I want.
Yeah. And not only that, it raises the standards because then the fans go, well, now we know we can spend 400 million every window. Yeah. So now if you only spend 50 million, what have you done with the other 350?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it raises the standards and gets more teams more competitive, which can only be a good thing. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. But instead, you've got some owners that can spend more because their club's income is more. And I get the club's income is more because they've got a longer history and tradition of winning. But the reason they were winning was because they were investing more to begin with. Yeah, because they were more successful back in the day. Like somebody said I was watching the Big Six last night, and there was a lad in the chat, and he said, "Yeah, this is disgusting. Man City should be done. Yeah, like it's basically just like financial doping and this and that." And he had an Arsenal picture, I think it was Henri or someone, that's his picture. So I just replied back to him in that chat, and I said, "You do realise back in the day when Arsenal got relegated, and then paid our way back into the league at Tottenham's expense, we were then known as the Bank of England club. Yeah, do your research, mate. Like we were successful back in the 30s because of having the most money. Man United, yesterday was the anniversary of the death of the Busby Babes, yeah? How good were Man United back then? Why? Because they had the most money. Yeah, they had the most money, bro.
Someone said the problem is your perspective means clubs like Brighton, PSV, Dortmund, especially in smaller leagues, stand no chance, can never build a team because the money boys take their. What do you mean, bro? Like, think about it this way: if there's no cap, percentage wise on what you can spend on buying players, the same will go for salaries. So that means Brighton can pay 200 grand a week if they want. Do you understand? Like at the moment, Brighton can't pay that money because again, your wage bill has to be a certain percentage of your turnover, which means you can only go for certain players because you can't pay certain salaries, not because you can't afford to, but because you're not allowed to. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is why I think Barcelona, remember, like they had a salary. I think their overall salary thing was over a certain percentage of what they brought in. So because of that, they couldn't register players, and players had to take a pay cut. And Danny Alves was playing for like, I think €1 a week or some bullshit like that. Like this is what man need to do.
Hey, that's
do you
more than he's
understand?
getting now, by the way.
And this is exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean. So yeah, this is exactly the thing, bro. So you can do it, man. Like if everyone can, basically, if you have the means to bring in players and pay them 100 grand a week and you're Brighton, you should be able to do that. It shouldn't be anything to do with you've only got a certain number of fans, you can only sell a certain number of tickets, you only have a stadium a certain amount of size, you can't afford to do. But it shouldn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? Really? But this is what they call what they call it in real life terms, fucking social mobility, innit?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
But
And that's what they do in real life. They say, you know what, Rance? You grew up in Halsden, you grew up in a fucking you grew up in like an underprivileged fucking part of London, so you can only go to school in a certain catchment area, which means you can't go to a better school because you were born here and you live here. So even though you're smart enough to go to this school, you can't go to that school. You have to go to this school near your house. And then because you went to this school, then you can't go to this uni, you can't get this job. And then that's how they keep you where they are. That's why they keep you where you are, bro. And that's why they say, oh, well, you can't go Oxford and Cambridge, or you can't go into politics because you didn't go Eton. How are you gonna go Eton if you grow up in fucking Hackney, bruv? You can't. You know, like that. And that's exactly what it is. And this is exactly what it is with these smaller clubs. It's like, get back in your box. Man City weren't supposed to do what they're doing now. Man City, when I was growing up, do you know what I mean? When I was growing up, Man City were in the football league, bruv. Like,
bro, they were getting smacked 8-0 by Middlesbrough. They were. They got slapped 8-0 by Middlesbrough.
Bro. They've come in, bro. They've come in and they flipped the script completely. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And now everyone's upset because they're like, you can't do this.
Exactly. Which is why so many people are upset about Chelsea, because Bowley's come in after 6 months. He's made a complete mockery of it. And now they've had to change the rules. Like, it's mad. Like, people are so anti-spending money. It's crazy. Like, at the end of the day, why can't an owner want to be ambitious? Surely that's all you want for your football club, is an ambitious owner. How many times have your fans protested against the Glazers? How many times have our fans said Kroenke out? Like, come on, look at the Everton fans at the weekend before our game, all marching around the ground, kicking off. Like, the end of the day, every football club wants ambitious owners. Now they've got ambitious owners at Man City. Everyone's laughing. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Big up to LJ, man. He says, yeah, just was on Twitter and saw some old video of you, Lee, and Troops retweeted it. What was the video?
Yeah.
Mate, it's mad. I'm literally doing the rounds on Twitter every day and I ain't even on it. It's crazy.
That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, it's mad. Bro, it's true as well. Right? I'm looking at this list of owners, yeah? And Liverpool's owners have got 9.8 billion wealth, right? Fenway Sports Group, yeah?
Yeah.
Why should they be allowed to just sit there and not do anything? Right? They should be
But
able
they
to go,
shouldn't.
right,
They should say, listen, if you're here, you need to spend some money or fuck off.
Mm.
That's what they should be saying to them. How can you be worth all this money and you're just out here, like, same with Tottenham and their little fucking 25 million net spend? If you're not going to spend, get the fuck out of here. You know, like that, because you're not helping the league, bro. You're not helping. Like, if you're not,
mate, Joe Lewis is worth 5 billion,
bruv. If you're not putting money back in to the league, get the fuck out.
Facts.
I be real. That's what man should be saying, bro. Like, how are you benefiting us being here? Because Tottenham ain't won anything. So you're not winning nothing and you're not spending money. Why are you here? You know, like that. That's like going into a bar and not ordering drinks.
Yeah.
Man, just,
or going into a bar. Can
here.
I have a glass of tap water, please?
Bruv, what? Man, are just sitting in the bar, fam. You know, like that. You're sitting in the bar. Man ain't ordering no drinks, bruv. Get out. You know, like, what? That's crazy. There should be a minimum spend for clubs like Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Making all this money from fucking boxing and Beyonce tickets, and you're not spending money, bro. Spend or get out.
But this is what I'm saying, right? They've managed to relocate stadium, right? Build a state-of-the-art stadium, which looks amazing, right? Now they've got NFL money coming in. They got boxing money coming in. They got Lady Gaga coming in, WizKid, Beyonce, right? And now that's cool. They don't have to invest. No, we can't compete. Daniel Levy's just happy if they get top 4.
Them man are announcing Beyonce, no new signings.
Yeah, bro. The day after we beat them in the North London derby, they announced WizKid was playing there.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, and then there's Tottenham fans sitting there saying, "Oh, what Manchester City is doing is disgusting." What? How about sort your owners out?
But this is what I'm saying. At least Man City are putting money back into the merry-go-round. They're putting it back into the economy of the Premier League. Tottenham ain't putting that Anthony Joshua money back into the Premier League. So if anything, you should have more problem with their fucking owners.
Exactly.
But that's what I mean. It doesn't suit the narrative, bro. People are so simple-minded and they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, but Man City, this, that, and the other. No, bro. It just comes down to the elitist mentality. Do you know what I'm saying? It comes down to the elitist mentality where only certain teams are allowed to spend the money that they're allowed to spend. And that's it. Man City have come in, do you know what I'm saying? And they're doing something a bit different. And Newcastle will be the same with them as well. It'll be the same with them. Do you know what I'm saying?
5 years down the road, this will be Newcastle. It'll be happening to. And this is why I rate the owner of Nottingham Forest. Yeah, that Nottingham Forest owner's come in and said, right, I'm going to do Football Manager in one window.
He's
literally, I'm going to buy everyone.
Hey, bruv, he's moving bare bread. You know what I mean? That man signed fucking, what's his name, from PSG, the keeper, bruv.
Yeah, Keylor Navas.
Bruv, what? Bruv, I'm investigating the brother straight away. But I think because he's Greek, he might be all right. You know the ones there, he's not Arab enough. You know, like
bro,
that.
He's Greek. He's Greek, bro. He's worth 620 million. There's only 2 millionaires that own football clubs in the league. Him on 620 million, and then the Brentford owner who's worth 30 million. Yeah. And other than that, the rest are all billionaires. But that again, there, I know it's on a different level of spend, but he's come into the Premier League, that Forest owner, after getting promoted, and said, "We ain't here just to sit here, mate, and hope we stay up. We're here to compete now. We want to go up the table." And people are laugh at that because they started off so badly and they're shipping goals. Bro, their manager looks like he's just come back from a party weekend in Ibiza. He looks like he's buzzing his nut off on the touchline. Yeah, like, he does. Kevin and Perry go large on that. Yeah. Right? And then, when they were, I don't think they even had a league win, and he was getting pammed every week, and he went, bang, there's a new contract. Yeah, so now that shows a little bit of stability. Yeah, whether it's the right or wrong reason, decision, we'll find out. But listen, since then, they've flown up the table. I think they're 13th or 12th, something like that. Yeah, and then next season, if they stay in the league, which I think they will, then he'll do it again. And they'll try and push up to the top 8. Yeah, then the top 6. Then he'll be trying to push up to the top 4 because that is the aim. I remember when Brentford got promoted, Ivan Toney's one of his first interviews. I think it was the first day of the season when they first come up. They said, "What's your ambition for the season?" He said, "I want to win the league."
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone started laughing. I was like, "No, that's elite mentality. You're here to win."
Yeah, I'm here to win. I want to win every
Crazy.
game. You know what I mean? Man, as a striker, what man gonna come up and say, "Oh yeah, man, just want to survive and that"? No,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm just happy staying in the Premier League, you know. And even if the team get relegated, as long as I smash it, I'll get a move anyway.
Yeah,
No, you don't want to hear that, innit? You want to
and
see the
Forest are
players
4
say
points of Liverpool. This is exactly what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, and they don't want that to happen.
No, they
Do you
don't.
understand what I'm saying? And that's why people need to think outside the box. Everyone wants to jump on a bandwagon with this Man City thing. Oh, they're so bad. People say Man City are faking sponsorships and this, that, and the other. But bro, if the rules weren't bullshit, they wouldn't have to do that in the first place.
Fact.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Imagine, yeah, you having all that money and a man saying, yeah, you have all that money, but you can't spend it. What do you mean?
It's my money.
It's mine. How are you going to tell me how to spend my money, bruv? That don't make no sense.
Bro, it's like when you go and buy a house, yeah? Like, let's say you've got £1 million to go and spend on a house, yeah? And you go down the street, yeah? And you see a couple of houses, oh, yeah, I like that one. And you get somebody say, sorry, mate, you can't buy that house because Tommy, who lives 2 doors down, his house is only worth 300 grand. Sorry, mate. No, you can't buy that one, mate. It's the same shit. It's the same. Bro, it's crazy. I'm looking at the league table now, yeah? If the season ended right now, yeah, that is the worst thing that could happen for the Premier League because Brighton, Brentford and Fulham are above Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare. And that's where the Super League comes in, Lee. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter no more. Do you see what I'm saying? These are just other ways to keep it an elitist group in there, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, man saying financial fair play. There's nothing fair about finances, bro. You know, like that. Either you got money or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Fuck a finances, bro. Do you know what I mean? Now, fuck a finances, bro. I'm fuck that. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in financial fair play. I believe in I've got money and you don't. That's your problem. Do you know what I mean? If I want to help you, I can choose to help you. But I shouldn't be penalized for having more money than you.
Yeah, if I want to come and buy your player from Aston Villa for 100 million quid, I've just given you 100 million quid. Now you can spend that 100 million quid.
That's it.
I've helped you out. Yeah, what's the issue with that?
100%. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why the FFP don't make no sense.
No, it don't. And like you said earlier in the show, yeah, they turn it on and off whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
I mean, they'll be like, "Oh, we're just gonna relax it," because they want them to pump more money into the fucking economy. That's when they relax it, Lee. Do you know what I'm saying? When we were in the middle of COVID and people weren't buying certain things because there was no football and that. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, they relax FFP because they need some more money circulating again. So you lot go out and spend money. And then as soon as there's enough money circulating, all right, cool. It will stop you from spending money. Now, it's bullshit. The whole thing's bullshit. If I, as an owner, have a 500 billion and I want to go out there right now and buy a new stadium for my team and I want to spend 500 million in a window, it doesn't matter whether my team has a 20,000 seater stadium at present or whatever. I could be Sheffield United. It shouldn't fucking matter, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Social mobility. I used to be broke. I ain't broke no more.
Yeah.
You know, like that. That's like a man telling me that I can't buy a house in Hampstead because I didn't grow up in a house in Hampstead. It don't make sense. If I got Hampstead money, let me buy a house in Hampstead, bro.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that I can't. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what these men are doing in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Because you come from humble beginnings, even though your owner's got bread, can't spend it.
Yeah.
So you might have more. So you're someone like Newcastle. They've got more money than all of us, but they can't spend Man United money. Why not?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy,
because of financial fair play. That's not fair. I got more money than you.
And I want to spend it to get better.
Bro, but what? You can't spend your own money to get better? Why? It's mine. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it from the other side. Everyone's looking at Man City saying, oh, let's penalize Man City for spending their own money. Listen to what we're saying. We're saying that Man City pretended to get money from a sponsor that was their money that they weren't allowed to spend for a bullshit reason. So they had to lie to spend their own money. Why am I lying to spend my own money? Why can't I just spend it?
It's like when you're with your missus and that, yeah, and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to pop down to the pub. I'm having one pint, yeah, and then you go on a whole weekender, yeah. Where have you been? Oh no, I ended up having a couple, but I stayed at John's house for the weekend, yeah, right. Oh, okay, so you stayed at John's. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I checked the bank. Yeah, and there's 300 quid missing. No. What that was is I lent it to John. I didn't spend it on drink all weekend.
That's it. I lent John the money and I was on the sofa. Bro, listen. You know what I'm saying? So what? Now I have to lie about how I'm spending my bread. Why should I have to lie? It's mine. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, as an owner, if you buy a club and you've done what Man City have done and you've built arenas and you've built up the village and you've done all these things, they built an academy, they got the best academy in the country all the way up, they're winning everything. Why are you restricting their spending? Like, it doesn't make no sense, bro. Like, the money's benefiting the Premier League, is benefiting this country, because probably in about 10 years' time, yeah, they'll probably have about 6, 7, 8 men in the England squad, because they're producing the best youngsters.
Yeah. But they've already got a couple now, at least a couple. John Stones is in there. I know he didn't come through their academy, but
John Stones, at Rico Lewis right now. Do you know what I mean? You got Phil Foden, bro. They've got ballers, innit? I'd be more pissed off at people like Tottenham that ain't producing no fucking youngsters, ain't spending no money. Bruv, they're a hindrance to the league. What do they provide?
Beyonce.
Bruv, what do they provide to the league? Apart from 3 points, 3 points at their gaff. Bro. Bro, Tottenham are 3 points a season for us, minimum.
Yeah, 3 point lane.
Because they're coming to Old Trafford and getting beat, fam. That's what they are.
At the Emirates every single season, bro.
That's what I mean. Them men are 3 points. Them men are certified 3 points and a few boxing matches. That's what they're giving the Premier League. But they're pissed off at Man City that are actually benefiting the country. This is what I'm saying. You have to look deeper into it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not as simple as, cool, they're cheating, yeah? Even if they are cheating, man have to think, why are they cheating, bro? Why are they cheating? They shouldn't have to cheat, bro. The same way you shouldn't have to ask your missus permission to go out, mate.
Yeah, I'm going out. See you tomorrow.
You know them, man out here lying to their missus. Oh, yeah, I just got to stay late at work, and you're sitting in the pub with your mates. Why are you lying to your missus? You shouldn't have to lie to her, bro. You're the wrong woman, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's you need to grow a pair. One or the other. But either way, you shouldn't be lying. You know, like that. Man City shouldn't have to lie to spend money that they own comfortably. It's their own money. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine the market if there was no FFP. Bro, it'd be great. It'd be so entertaining. Yeah, £400 million bid for Mbappe and that.
Why not? Do you know what I mean? Man already is spending 100 million on fucking Mudryk and he's not worth that. So
exactly.
Already FFP don't make sense because they're spending the same money. They just spread it over a long amount of time. Man saying, but it's the rules. So what if it's the rules? That doesn't mean it's right. Who wrote these? The rules are dumb.
£100 million on a player that's probably worth about 5.
That's it.
Yeah, this is a funny comment, man, from Leif. Corrupt men telling other corrupt men they're corrupt.
Thank you. Do you see what I'm saying? See, bro, I love you. This is what I mean. That's why people think that, bro. Like, just because I don't think the conventional way, yeah, bruv, tell man. Do you know what I'm saying? Think about it in real life terms, because what people's brains cannot fucking compute, yeah. You can take every scenario in football and you can apply it to real fucking life, bro. That's what you can do. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said if you break the rules, you can be punished. The rules are bullshit. Think about it this way, yeah? We live in the UK. It's like 65 million people or something like that. So, a certain... Bruv, this country's being run by the elite. The ones that go to the fucking public schools, that go to all these things. So... And they're the minority in the country. Why is the minority in the country running and making decisions for the majority? Why? Them man are out of touch. Them man don't go supermarket. Them man don't know the price of a loaf of bread. So why the fuck are they? So why the fuck are they making decisions for us? Do you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't the majority make the fucking decisions for the majority? And this is just what it is, bro. It's always been an elitist game. It's always been, yo, let's keep the little ones out. Do you know what I mean? If you're born in this area and you go to this school, you don't go here, then you can't come here. And that's exactly what FFP is. It stops social mobility. That's all it does. And that's why man have to lie. All City are doing is lying on their CV, blood. They're lying on their CV because they want to get into the House of Commons, bro. They're lying on their CV. That's what they're doing. You're trying to tell me that you, man, wouldn't lie on your CV? A man saying there's nothing wrong with state education. You're right. And you should be able to be state educated and still be in fucking politics. But it doesn't work like that.
No, it don't.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that.
Name me somebody who went to a state school that dropped out at 16 that has then ended up running a country.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's bullshit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. The Premier League is a billionaire country club. That's what it is. And it's private members only. And City fucked up the status quo. That's what they did.
Yes, facts.
You know what I'm saying? They just fucked it up. Facts. They fucked it up. Do you know what I mean? Because City are doing something different.
You know and they don't like it, man. Yeah, absolutely spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. But listen, it's only going to get funnier. Yeah, because when Man City get off, which they most likely will, then what? Then what?
It's going to be funny. Bro, fuck FFP, fuck VAR, fuck all of that. Everyone, let everyone ball out, bro.
Again, you've got to question why VAR's in the game, bro. I watched Real Madrid the other night against Sevilla, right? And Rudiger scored right on half time, a header off a corner, and it got disallowed because Benzema literally had his hand up here and tapped the guy's head like as he's running to try and win the ball, and he's just gone like that, and the guy collapsed like he'd been sniped. The ball's gone over him anyway. Rudiger's headed it in. And they VAR'd that and said, nah, disallowed. Why? Because
bro,
this is the narrative.
I was having this conversation today, Not only is VAR trash, but I disagree, with slow motion on tackles and stuff like that because it looks a million times worse. If you've played the game, you know someone's intent by the speed in which they go in, by the body language and everything. When you slow things down, everything looks a million times more violent in slow motion. Everything. And it looks a lot more painful. Like everyone that's played football here has been kicked before. And you can tell when it hurts, when it doesn't hurt, when there's intent, when someone's pulling out. When you watch everything in slow motion, everything looks like a leg breaker in slow motion. Everything. You know, like that. And at normal speed, it doesn't look like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? They use slow motions for handballs and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And then, but even that, things can look deliberate in slow motion. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're saying anytime it hits your hand is a handball, that's one thing. But if you're saying, it depends on intent and stuff like that, the only time you can see intent really is in real time, not in slow motion. Slow motion doesn't tell you anything. Everything looks worse in slow motion. Like even the Casemiro red card, in slow motion, it looks like fucking Homer grabbing Bart around the throat. But when you watch it in real time, he grabs the guy like by hair, literally, and he holds onto man for like a second.
Split second, what I mean? And then they're all cuddling.
But that's it. And also, what's even more telling about the Casemiro thing as well, if the player holds his neck and falls down on the floor and stuff, and then it goes to VAR, fair enough. Fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact that the player didn't even fucking complain about it, we understand that in football, these things happen all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even before that, I think Ayew had his hand round Fred's throat, one hand, and didn't get sent off. Do you see what I'm saying? So the problem is, it's like, you can tell a lot of the time by a player's reaction to certain things, whether the ball went over the line, because naturally players stop. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's a handball or not. Because if you watch any game, as soon as the ball hits a player's arm, most of the time players kind of stop for a split second. You can tell. It's just like when a player gives away a foul.
The other day, Newcastle, in the first minute against West Ham, they whipped the ball in, and they scored off of it. But then VAR ruled it for the ball going over the line. And not one angle could be shown to suggest that ball was fully over the line. Because it wasn't in line with it. It was over there. So now it does look like it's out of play, but it's not in line. Because there was no camera situated there. Why? It's the line. Put a camera there.
Apparently they got a chip in the ball and it vibrates on the watch or something. But bro, I just don't even, bro, it's bullshit, Lee. Like, honestly, like 9 times out of 10, in football, anyone that knows this, anyone that's played football at any level, bro, don't think that you have to play professionally. 9 times out of 10, players referee the game themselves. 9 times out of 10. If the ball hits someone's arm, most of the time players just naturally stop. Because in your head, you know what a handball is.
Yeah.
You know, like
You
that.
can
You
tell by
know,
the
if the
face,
ball
man.
goes over the line for a throw in, most of the time, yeah, when the ball goes off, naturally, a lot of the players just kind of stop running because they're like, oh, the ball's gone out.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying? If someone gets hit or whatever, just like for instance, Gabriel Jesus kicked Licha Martinez when we played you lot.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Martinez could have fucking rolled around on the floor, then it goes to VAR, but he just got on with it because we understand that in football, sometimes someone's gonna fucking kick you, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what's gonna happen. Do you know what I'm saying? So what? So should we retrospectively be going back now, looking at that after the game and sending him off? Because this is where we're going. It's getting dangerous now.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm
It's
saying?
crazy.
Because so what? It's only a red card if I fall around and roll on the floor, but if I don't, it's not a red.
Yeah, it's mad, mate.
What does that mean? Or
The game's been broken
Lee,
for
if you're
years.
through on goal in the box, yeah, and I pull your shirt back and you don't fall over, does that mean it's not a foul because you didn't go down?
It's mad.
Like, what happens? What happens if you stay on your feet? Yeah, still get the shot off. So what? It's not a foul and it's not a penalty. Like you play the advantage, they should bring it back then, and it's a foul. So I need to go down to get a foul now. Like the game is flawed, bro, in so many ways. Just let it be flawed, innit?
Mm.
But stop bringing in bullshit fucking technology and all this crap because it's not helping the game. It's not helping it. It's making it less fucking attractive for consumers, and it's meant to be entertainment.
Bro, if you look at the average time the ball is actually in play over the course of a season, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's literally embarrassing. Like the ball was in play for about 40 minutes against Newcastle, I think, when we played them, and everyone was crying. Bro, I think that was the 5th least amount. So there was 4 other games this season where the ball's been in play less than that. It's
trash.
It's a 90-minute game, but it's not a 90-minute game. It's 90 minutes.
Bruv, they would be better, and that's why I like futsal. The games are shorter, but there's a stop clock. So even though it's 20 minutes each side, you have to play 20 minutes. You know, like that. So the game lasts for well over an hour, but like an hour and a half. The game actually lasts for about an hour and a half, but the ball's only in play for 40 minutes. But it has to be in play for 40 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is exactly what it is. The ball has to be in play. So with football, it's like, bruv, these men spend more time rolling around or the ball's not on the pitch. The ball's not on the pitch for 90 minutes, bro. Like, I'd love to see if there was a stop clock. I would love to see, like on average, how long the ball's actually in the game in a 90-minute game. I reckon it's less than 45 minutes. It's probably less than 45 minutes.
Here we go. For this season, 54 minutes, 53 seconds is the average.
Yeah, that's the average. Exactly. 54 minutes. See, that's a half of football, so I wasn't far off.
Yeah, 54 minutes. That's mad. So
and a futsal game, is 40 minutes. And it's 40 minutes and the ball has to be in play for 40 minutes. It's a stop clock like basketball. So they're not 90-minute games.
No, it's crazy. It's
so
mad.
You're better off making it 30 minutes each half and the ball has to be in for 30 minutes. The game would be longer. Yeah,
it'd be 6 minutes longer.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? It's actually mad. But that just goes to show it. And the funniest thing about this is when you watch football, at the last couple of minutes of the game, everyone's running, get the ball quick, take the throw in really quick. Why weren't you doing that to start with?
You know why? Because you're wasting time, Lee. Whereas in futsal, bro, if you walk, there's no point doing everything slowly because the clock stopped. So you're only wasting your own time. You know, like that. The game it has to be played anyway. It has to be played. That's why it's a 4-second rule. Get the ball in and it's moving, because you understand that we have to play this 40 minutes. So if you take mad long to get the ball, we're still playing 40 minutes. There's no advantage to be gained by moving slowly. None whatsoever. And that would make football more exciting. You know what I'm saying? It would make football way more exciting if there was nothing to gain, because then you get teams scoring a goal and then all of a sudden they're rolling around trying to waste time in the first half.
Yeah, here we go. Listen to this, the ball in play time in the Premier League this season is the lowest it's been for 12 years. That's mad. That is actually mad. It's the lowest time
getting worse.
The ball in play. Yeah, the game is getting worse. And the reason the game's getting worse, and this is what I don't get either. When they do this VAR and all that, and it takes about 5 minutes for them to come to a decision, why does that never get added on in the second half? Like I watched the game the other day, and there was 3 minutes of stoppage time in the second half, and I was like, "Hold on, both teams made 4 subs, so that's 30 seconds a sub, right?"
each.
Yeah. So straight away, 4 subs, 30 seconds. There's 4 minutes.
So they're saying there was no fouls in the whole half. There were
exactly. There's 4
the
minutes.
ball went out for a goal kick, and then they had to go fetch the ball, put the ball down on the line, take the goal kick. All these things take time.
Every time there's a free kick outside the box, right? You watch how long it takes before that free kick is taken from when it's been awarded to when it's taken. It's over a minute every time.
Facts.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then they all start running around like idiots towards the end to try and get the win. Well, why don't you just do that in the first place instead of wasting time? You might have won the game 100%. Anyway.
And then you got the bogus 6-second rule with the goalkeepers that don't exist no more. remember back in the day, goalkeepers had to bounce the ball to reset the clock. Now keepers are just walking around pointing, just got the ball in their hand. I'm like, yo, bruv, is the rule not exist no more? Futsal's 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Bruv, as soon as you touch the ball, you got 4 seconds to distribute it. Even if you touch it with your feet as a keeper.
Mad.
You know what I'm saying? If you touch it with your feet, bruv, it don't matter, bruv. The clock started. Move that. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. If you pick up the ball for a kick in, as soon as you touch, your hand touches the ball, the 4 seconds starts.
This comment's ridiculous, by the way. There are other parameters. COVID and impacts on health means they don't play as long. Bro, maybe what they put in their arm a couple of times is maybe the reason. Yeah, it's nothing to do because that thing that you just mentioned, mate, don't exist. And on that bombshell, we was only going to do 45 minutes, bro. That's an hour and 10 gone real quick.
Easy, bro.
But what you got coming up, man?
Yo, I got training tonight with the boys, so that's me for today. But I've got some stuff dropping on YouTube. I got a training video dropping tonight. Yeah, Dave's sorting it out, so that should be dropping soon actually on my YouTube channel. Yeah, man. So big up everyone that's been supporting as well. Big up everyone that's been supporting. Big up all the Helvetia members as well. We sold loads of club memberships. Big up everyone that bought the merch as well. Your Ten Heisenberg merch is on the way. Yeah, bro. It's just super busy, man. I said Man United game chat. The United game is on Wednesday, so yeah, man. I'll have a show tomorrow before the game anyway. I think we're playing Leeds or something. Apparently, it's not even on TV in the UK. I don't know why. So
Man U game.
Yeah, the Wednesday one against Leeds tomorrow. Yeah, it's not on TV here, apparently. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Our game against Everton's rescheduled for next month, and that ain't on TV in the UK either. Again, Sky Sports dictating what games they want people to watch. It's mad, isn't it?
It's weird, bruv.
It's that's one of the biggest games in the Northwest. Yeah, like proper old school rivalry, and they're not even putting it on TV. Mad.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand who decides which ones make it and which ones don't. I don't understand. Man United Leeds is a big game.
Yeah. And bro, every game should be on TV. You should be able to buy a pass with Sky Sports for your team to watch every single game.
But that's what they got in the NBA, innit? Do you know what I mean? So
and then you can buy one for BT Sport, buy one for Amazon or whatever. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that can't go to games. Yeah, that live in the UK or around the world, and they should be able to buy a pass to watch the games. And the reason they don't allow 3 o'clock kickoffs in England is pathetic because they reckon people won't turn up to watch football.
Yeah, but everyone else can watch it. You must.
Yeah, but I can watch it here. Like that game that's not on TV in the UK, I can watch that on DAZN.
But that's what I mean about another bullshit. That's another bullshit thing, Lee. Because they're like, oh, we're not going to put it at 3 p.m. because you want them to go watch Grassroots. How about you put some money into Grassroots? Do you know what I mean? You're putting the money into Southgate's fucking pockets instead. Look at the quality of the football pitches in this country. They're dog shit. Do you know what I mean? So, bro, they don't give a shit about Grassroots.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's all a lie, bro.
Yeah, tomorrow, bro, I can sit and watch Man United against Leeds on DAZN in Spain, but you can't watch it in the country that it's being played.
That's what I'm saying. And bruv, furthermore, Sunday league, most of these Sunday like grassroots sports and that, bruv, they play early in the morning anyway. They might play at 10 o'clock in a park somewhere, bruv. They're not playing at 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
you know I mean, it's all a load of nonsense, bruv.
Yeah, anybody who's got Sky and BT, man, just cancel it. Yeah, look at this. My man's in India. He pays £15 a year to watch every game. mate, I paid 24.99 in euros. So what, about 22 quid, 21 quid a month? Yeah, and I get Italian league, I get Spanish league, I get the Premier League, I get the Championship, I get all the cup games. I get everything. Yeah, I get all the boxing, any Eddie Hearn fight, it's on there. I get all the MMA. I get loads of sports on there. €24.99 a month. Everywhere around the world, apart from the country most of these sports are played in,
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's crazy, bro. Box office for a Sky Sports box office is now what, 30 quid?
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
It's
25,
mad.
30 quid.
Yeah, who wants to watch fucking Tyson Fury slapping up his next opponent? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just having a little training session to get his mate a payday. It's pathetic. But anyway,
Yeah,
we are going to wrap this up, people. I'm going to go and cook some food and relax for the evening. I'm not going to be back again tonight. I don't feel 100% great. Still got a head cold. But big up to 1400 still in here, man. Smash the like button up before you leave.
Legends.
Make sure you sub to Rance's channel. It's in the title. And follow him on Twitch as well, people. And I'll be back again tomorrow at lunchtime. So, yeah, until then, we're out of here. FFP out.